first thing that I'm going to be doing is applying this NYX Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer. And I usually just put about a pea-sized amount on my fingers. And I kind of just spread that around and start kind of patting it. For my foundation, I'm going to be using my CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous foundation in the color medium beige. And I'm just going to dot this on my face. And just blending that out with my Real Techniques stippling brush. For my concealer, I'm going to be using this Maybelline Fit Me concealer. It's got a good coverage. It's not too heavy on my face, and it's good for everyday use. And it's in the color Sand Sable number 20. And I'm just going to apply this kind of in a upside down triangle shape right under my eye. And you want to get this in a little bit of a lighter color than your skin tone, obviously, because it's going to brighten up your under eye, and it's gonna also cover your dark circles. I like to apply a little bit on the top, kind of a base for my eyeshadow, and kind of covers up that darkness in there too. I also like to apply some right here on my chin and right on above my lip.
And you probably think I look like a crazy person right now, but trust me, it's gonna look good.
And I'm just gonna take the same brush and just press that in, kind of blending it out. Only thing that I don't like about it is that if you don't set it immediately, I feel like it creases under the eye for me, and it just looks weird throughout the day. I'm having to kind of go under my eye and clean that up because it does crease. But as long as you set it, I think you will be fine. And for my powder, I'm going to be using this Real Techniques powder brush and my Rimmel London Stay Matte powder in transparent. And I'm just going to use this. And this will just set my under eye concealer. And then kind of on my chin, on my nose, because that gets pretty greasy throughout the day. My skin is super duper oily, so I like a powder that will leave my skin matte. And this powder does a pretty good job of it. That's why I like it. For my contour, I'm going to be using this palette right here. It's the Too Faced Everything's Nice palette. I think it was limited edition, so I don't know if you can find it anymore. But it's got eyeshadows up here and 2 blushes, highlighter, and a bronzer. And it's called the Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and it's amazing. I really do love that bronzer. And I'm just going to use the brush that comes in the Hoola bronzer compact and just kind of do a fishy face. I know it looks silly, but like that. And just line that to kind of give you a shadow, a little bit of a contour.
What is that? Where did that come from? This bronzer literally smells like chocolate. Literally. It smells so good. I want to eat it.
Now I'm also kind of bringing it up to my temples and just blending it in with the sides over here.
Just contour that face, girl.
Doing the same thing on this other side. Kind of joining the tip of this. Just bringing it up.
Right here on the forehead. My forehead isn't, is it? I don't think my forehead's that big. But if you got a big forehead, contouring does the job for you.
So now I'm going to take more of a precise contouring brush. I really like using this one. It's kind of tapered, so you can really blend. And I'm just gonna, I applied just a little bit on the brush, and I'm just blending that in. And then I like to take the little contouring brush and whatever's left on it, I just kind of run it down my nose, down the bottom, and then I just blend that out. Because, you know, we don't want a big old nose. Okay. And then I'm going to go straight into my blush using this blush brush and my Milani Baked Powder Blush in Luminoso. And just lightly apply that. After that, gonna use this brush again and just blend that in all together. I'm gonna be using this Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the color Caramel for my brows, and this little brush. Dip it in there and get a little bit of product and brush my eyebrows. And just start lining the edges of my brow. I don't do a new shape, I just fill it in. And then start brushing that up like that. You can see. Just kind of start pushing the product upwards. And brushing it a little bit. Then I kind of just line the bottom here and just tilt the brush this way and just lightly start running it through here. And then just run the brush through it so it's not so intense. And I'm just gonna do the same thing to the other brow. For my eyeshadow, I'm gonna be using my Lorac Pro Palette again. This is my favorite. And I'm going to be using this mauve color, and I'm just going to apply that on the crease. Just applying that a little bit above the crease, and just bringing that in and blending that out. And this is just going to work kind of like our transition color. It's going to be a good blending color. I'm going to go in with this brush and the color Sable. And just apply that on, focusing it on the outer crease first, and then bringing it in just a little bit once there's not a lot of product on the brush. Make sure you're tapping off the excess, that way it's not falling out into your face. And then I'm going to grab this Real Techniques brush, applying a little bit more of that, and then blending that in a little bit more. For anyone considering buying this palette, I totally recommend it to you. It's got amazing colors, pigment is great, and I don't get much fallout except for one color. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it finishes really fast. Like, I got this in, I think, October, and I've hit pan on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors, and I've had my Naked One for years and none of them have hit pan. I don't know if it's because I use this all the time or what the problem is, but I've used my Naked One a lot and none of those colors are going down. It's just this one. And then I'm going to grab my crease brush and use the color Espresso from this palette and just apply that right on the crease, on the outer crease, very lightly. Gonna blend that espresso color. I'm gonna go back in with the color that I used mauve with and just blend that all out. And I'm just gonna apply this nude and the champagne color that's in this palette. And I'm gonna apply that right on the lid. Mixing the nude and the champagne glittery colors together. Once we're done with that, I'm just going to clean it up with, just going to use this one. And just kind of clean the edges up. And then with my foundation brush, blending that line out. Once we're done with that, I'm going to go right into my eyeliner. And I like using this L'Oreal Carbon Black Linear Intense eyeliner. After that, I'm just going to grab the color Sable and my little crease brush and just kind of run that on the lid, on the bottom lid. And then with my Rimmel London eyeliner, I'm just going to line my waterline. And then I also like to tight line my upper waterline. like that, and then I go back in here and blend that. For my mascara, I'm going to be using this L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara, and I'm just going to apply a little bit. And then we're going to also apply a little bit on the bottom lashes. While I wait for my eyelashes to dry, I'm going to apply a little bit of this Urban Decay Naked Illuminated. It's kind of like a highlighter, and this fan brush. Just apply that on top of your cheekbones. Lightly down your nose, on your cupid's bow. For my falsies, I'm going to be using the Demi Wispies, and I like to use my tweezers to apply them. So I'm just going to apply the glue and kind of let that get tacky so it doesn't slide right off. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of grab them right on the middle and press it in, kind of hold it there, and then grab the top and just press that in, and then the end, and press that in as well. And then I like to grab a brush with the thin end like that and just kind of push it down, and just do the same thing with this eye. Place it right down the middle, hold it, once you've applied the lashes and kind of let them dry, I like to use a little bit of mascara and just kind of blend your real eyelashes with the fake one. For my lips, I'm going to be applying this NYX Rich color, something like that. And I'm just going to apply that. And then once we've applied our lip color, we are completely done with the look.
Now what I do with whatever's left on the color, and then I like to run this little brush again with almost no color, or whatever was left from, oh my god. And then I like to use this little brush and whatever's left on, take 200. And then I like to take this little brush and just whatever's left on the brush. Does that even make sense? Once we're done with that, it's time to stop. No, it's not. You gotta do your blush, girl.